It's a November night in Orlando.
They're right here, darling.
And OPD gets a call about a big fight at an area nightclub. This body-worn camera video captures the aftermath outside.
Nobody's going back in. Everybody calm down. It's dark.
And inside as officers respond.
The venue is now closed. Everyone needs to leave now.
The need for officers to be present in that type of environment is a constant requirement.
People are just like refusing to leave.
The constant need for police assistance like this also fuels the need for those responding officers to be ready and focused on their priority, safety for the public and themselves.
Just told us we need to get everyone out of here.
Getting used to the music, the lights, the sounds, the atmosphere, a bunch of people being in a tight space where violent things are happening, and having officers get comfortable with the idea of operating those spaces and trying to get the job done.
Get on the ground, get on the ground.
Orlando police officer Rich Cruz helps to oversee police training at OPD's training facility.
Drop the knife.
Although it's hard to ever predict exactly what an officer will encounter on a call, this newest training scenario helps prepare police for any kind of Orlando nightlife uncertainty anywhere in the city.
It could be at the Performing Arts Center, it could be at Citrus Bowl Camping World Stadium, it could be at a private event hosted by a large party. We've had fundraisers, we can have Halloween Horror Nights, it could be any event where there's music and people.
Police trainers have set up this makeshift nightclub for what's called event operations training. Before we show our officers going through it, Officer Cruz takes us through the scenario.
The scenario begins with officers assigned to an intersection downtown Orlando, and throughout that evolution, they're going to be approached by someone who works at a nightclub. It would be a private citizen or a private contractor who is working at a nightclub. They're going to request for the officers to come and assist them inside the nightclub.
Inside the makeshift nightclub, responding officers will face, as Officer Cruz has mentioned, loud music and a rowdy crowd played by fellow officers. These dummies on the floor will also serve as victims potentially hurt by a suspect. Let's watch some of it play out.
Hey, those guys need help inside. Someone's hurt inside.
And at some point, an armed suspect emerges in the crowd. Police discover he has a knife. The goal? Getting him to throw it down and surrender peacefully. But officers are forced to deploy their tasers.
We're constantly responding to them. We are requiring our officers to fulfill these roles. And what we want is to have our officers trained to do those things and not just be thrown into something they've never been experienced before.
Whether it's in the classroom or more interactive like this, Orlando police officers regularly learn and go through training for certifications and to beef up their preparation and readiness for any weekday or busy weekend in the City Beautiful.
You got the lights on?
I think we cleared out whatever the problem was downstairs.
Body cam video gives the visual proof of just how complex things can get and why training is very necessary to maintain calm in what can be chaotic times.
The public has to understand that when we are entering these events, it is not just a simple turn or a simple act. There are multiple facets that we have to be responsible for, not only for the people that when we're entering the nightclub that we're encountering, if we're encountering any victims, witnesses, or suspects, we have to take everything into account all at once.